lifestyle won't stop hustling.
Grinders, granddad's, what's happening? She got a Black Abstract. You're locked in once again. I appreciate you for it. You're locked and loaded. We gotta talk about this, man. Kendrick Lamar finally dropped his anticipated 5th album. It's called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. The 5-year wait for the new album by Kendrick Lamar, the Pulitzer-anointed voice of a generation rapper, is finally over. Yes, we can all rejoice. Can we get a round of applause for that? Yes. So I want to give a review of this. I might go back and after hearing this, I might come back and do a deep dive, and who knows? Maybe I might have a different review. But this is my first impressions. I was listening to it all last night to midnight, to about 3 in the morning. Till I went to sleep. Woke back up about 6. Then I was listening to it. Went back to bed for maybe an hour, and then I've been listening to it since. So more and more songs get to catch me. I love a lot about this album. And then there's certain things I really don't care for, but this is just the initial listen. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I know how Kendrick Lamar fans are. Kendrick Lamar fans are like Jay-Z fans. They're like Eminem fans. They're like Beyonce fans. They think Kendrick could do no wrong. And I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan, but I'm also a realist. And I'm also a rapper, and I'm also non-biased. So I don't care who you are. Nobody makes it's harder nowadays to make a perfect album. But like I said, it's still early, so a lot of songs can grow on me still. But upon initial listen, I will say you can see the growth that Kendrick Lamar has experienced in the 5 years he's been gone. And let's get this straight. This album arrived, and it's divided into 2 9-track sides and features production from a wide array of musicians across sounds and genres, including Lamar's frequent collaborators, Soundwave and Deny. Plus the songwriting trio Beach Noise, the veteran hip-hop beat maker The Alchemist, Pharrell Williams, and more. Featured guests on the album include Beth Gibbons, Portishead, Sampa, Ghostface Killah, Baby Keem, Summer Walker, and repeat appearances from the controversial rapper Kodak Black. When I saw that, I was like, oh, I got to hear that. We didn't get any surprise ciphers or collabs from like his peers or counterparts, J. Cole, even Drake, anybody of that in that realm. So I don't think it's never going to happen with Kendrick Lamar, at least not on his projects. He saves everything for himself. He's not interested in collabing with nobody. This is his thing. I will say this is also the most vulnerable Kendrick Lamar has been in a while on the album. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, you got 18 tracks. Y'all not about to get no more music for about 10 years. If he took 5 years to release his last project, and that was just a regular length project, this with being more length, it's going to be 10 years. Kendrick ain't coming back for 10 years. Especially we learned on this album that he had writer's block for 2 years. So that could attribute to why he took so long to come back out. He had writer's block for a short period of time. But I love this album, man. Let's get into it. United with Grief was dope. N95 was dope. Worldwide Steppers was dope. I thought Die Hard was decent. Father Time was one of my favorites, man. Love the vulnerability throughout this album, throughout this project. I just love it. I love that he's wearing Heart Emotions on the sleeve, telling us how he overcame certain things with relationships with his parents. He got the one song on here. It's called Mother Sober. Oh, man, to me, that's probably my personal favorite right now. I love, once again, the vulnerability, the honesty. Me having a mom that's an alcoholic, that hit home for me. And then trying to get her to overcome or beat that addiction. And then you see all these stints in rehab and it don't turn out how you think it's going. It's disheartening. So to see that his mom was over to overcome something, especially something as dangerous and detrimental as alcohol, is it's inspiring. I'm happy for him. And I love the fact that he shared that with us. I have no idea. You learn a lot about Kendrick in these last in this album that we didn't know about him. You know, he got another kid on the way. He is the one in his family who broke the generational curse. We hear his son say it at the end of one of the tracks. I believe it's the mother song. Thank you, Dad, for breaking the generational curse. Thank you, Mama. He also lets his kid's mom shines on here. I believe that's his wife. I'm not sure if they're married or not. We will never know because Kendrick Lamar is a private person. This is the only time you'll be let into his world. So we got to take full advantage if you even want to be on that level to know what is going on. You know, I like to just keep it music. Me personally, don't really care about nobody's personal life. But nonetheless, another favorite song of mine was what's the name of that song? Hold on, I'm looking for it now. Auntie Diaries, man. When he talks about his mom or his aunt transitioning from a woman to a man, not physically, physically, but not genetically. Just we all got that family member. Or we know somebody who has a family member who was the auntie who wants to be the uncle. They dressing like a man. They doing everything, cutting their hair short, and he was saying just how inspired he was by that person. They used to pick him up from school, and a lot of other kids didn't get it, but he did. And he didn't understand why certain other family members or uncles were jealous of that particular aunt, uncle at the time. But he just was expressing appreciation for that person in their life because that person taught him a lot. No matter what they chose to identify themselves as, they still made sure they took care of Kendrick, and that's all he really could ask for. On the same song, we also see that he has a cousin, I believe, that decided to make the transition from a male to a woman, and they had a strained relationship because Kendrick didn't know how to talk around that person. He was saying the F-bombs, and it was causing a strain until Kendrick, I guess, stuck up for him one day in church, and that kind of opened their relationship again, and they were able to mend the fences and move on. So there's a bunch of songs on here like this where he's just talking honestly from the heart. There's no filler on here. A lot of the times, the songs that haven't grabbed me yet, it's not because of the lyrics, it's because of the production. You know, slower production, I'm not really a fan of sometimes. I'm not going to say I'm not a fan. It doesn't grab me right away, like some fast production or something that with a little harmony based in there. For instance, I love Mirror. The way that harmony, the way that's inspiring beat, it reminds me of that one song he did, I Want My One Day, on Good Kid, Mad City, which is my favorite Kendrick album. I think my Monday, but I'm feeling, y'all know what I'm saying. I'm real. That's the name of it. I'm real. So I just like that song. Songs like that catch you right off the rip. The song with Ghostface's Summer Walker, it didn't catch me yet, but I think it will eventually. So it's growing on me. You know, when I first heard it, I was kind of like, you know, and I'm a huge Summer Walker fan, and I'm a fan of Ghostface's Killer as well. But it's one of those ones that gotta grow on me. But somebody said, and I saw this, and I agree, that he took elements from Damn. He took elements from To Pimp a Butterfly, and elements from another album, and just put these all together and kind of give you pieces of what he's been doing throughout the years, and then just also giving you new stuff for vulnerability, or new tracks that display vulnerability as well. But I culminated from, I don't even know if I said that right, but I took it from and derived from all these other aspects of his albums, and I can see that. Listen, this ain't nothing to say. Listen, I gotta rate this album. His favorite songs right now is like I said, Auntie Diaries, Mirror. I like Mother Sober, and these are on the second half of the album. The one with Kodak Black didn't catch me yet as well. Like I said, that's a slower type bop. We Cry Together, I like. Father Time, I love. N95, I love. And so I love pretty much a lot of them. Like it's just the ones in between and far and few that didn't grasp me yet. But I'm not gonna say I don't like them. I just don't love them yet. Listen, I'm a music guy. I rate everything with mics. Out of 5 mics, what I would give Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and a Big Stepper right now, as we stand, I would give it a solid 4 mics. That's not bad. That's 1 mic away from being a classic. Can't give it a classic yet because it only been out for a day. You have to understand that classics are aged. It's like wine. They age better with time. We have to see if this album stands the test of time. But that's the closest thing you could get to a classic, especially for somebody that hasn't dropped the album in 5 years, and we only been sitting with it not even 20.